Hello everyone, this is section 7.4, part 2, Big Ideas Geometry. And we learned last time all the properties for these three shapes, so let's just make sure we remember. So a rhombus has four congruent sides. It also has diagonals that bisect each other. All of these meet at 90 degrees. And all of these opposite angles are congruent to each other. So that's everything for a rhombus. How about for a rectangle? Well, four right angles. Opposite sides are congruent. Diagonals bisect each other, and they're all equal. And then finally, we haven't seen this one yet, but we know that a square has all of the properties of a rhombus and a rectangle. So this might look a little wild. So a square, all four sides congruent, all four angles right angles. Well, from the rhombus, that means that these all meet at 90 degrees. And from the rectangle, all four of your diagonals are congruent. And I think it kind of makes a nice little picture. So make sure you write these down. You will need these as we're going to solve a rhombus, a rectangle, and a square. So let's look at the rhombus. Solve this rhombus. Okay, well, I remember Mr. Hunter says draw the dang thing. So rhombus, all four sides are the same. Diagonals bisect. And meet at 90-degree angles. And then this angle and this angle are equal to this angle and this angle. These two are equal, and they're equal to these two over here. So let's solve this dang thing. What I mean by that is let's fill out every single angle and every single side. Well, probably the easiest one is here's 13. But these all have the same mark, so that means all of these are going to be 13. All right, here's this angle here. But that has the same marks as this, this, and this. So all of those are going to be 43. Keep working your way around. Well, this is 5, this is 5, but it has the same marks as this, so this also has to be 5. This is 12, which is this spot right here, but that has the same marks as this. So this is going to be 12. And then, of course, we know all of the angles here. That would be all of these here are going to be 90, 90, 90, 90. All right, then we just have these four angles left. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's these here. Now, unfortunately, we don't know what any of those are, but as long as we solve for one, it's going to be the same everywhere else. But I do notice something. I notice that this is a triangle. Triangles add to 180. So we get this guy x plus 43 plus 90 should equal 180, because that is a triangle. So we get x plus 43 plus 90, which is 133, equals 180. Minus 133. And we get that x equals 47. But if this one's 47 and they all have the same marks, then all of these are going to be 47. And what you need to look out for on the homework today is which angles are they asking for. And remember, to find that angle, we just write out each letter, and then whatever the middle letter is the angle we're talking about. So for example, if I wanted angle XYZ, you have to be careful because that's this whole angle. So that's the 47 plus 47. So that's going to be 94. So just pay attention to what they're asking for. Okay. So that's a rhombus. Next, we've got a rectangle. Well, draw the dang thing. 4 right angles. Opposite sides congruent. Diagonals congruent. And I don't know, let's make this 13 and this 12. Why not? Okay, so I always think it's easiest to start with the sides. So this one is here, but it has the same marks as this, so that has to be also 13. This is 12, well that's this here, but this one also has that same mark, so this has to be 12. This is 5, which is here, but that has the same mark as this, this, and this. So it looks like all of those are going to be 5. Now the last thing is to find your angles. Well, I know this whole angle has to be 90. So that makes this x. So I know x plus 32 has to equal 90. Minus 32. And you get that x is 58. So this is 58. By alternate interior, this and this have to be the same, so that's 58. And this have to be the same, so that's 32. And this is a square, and squares have some really cool properties. So a square is just all 4 right angles and all of the same sides. Let's make this 5. So start with the outside. That's this one, but they all have the same marks, so these all have to be 5. And sorry, I forgot this. Well, this is this one, and that's 2, but these all have the same marks, so these all have to be 2. These are all 90 because that's from a rule of the rhombus. That's this part right here. And then the other part of the rhombus is that these are all equal. But they have to be the same on both sides. So really those angles are cut in half. So this is 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, and 45. And there we go. We did every side, every angle, every diagonal. All right, so that's part 2. Just make sure you're drawing your pictures every time so you don't have to memorize those properties. Make sure you practice some of these on your